Hi guys, well, this is my newest inline heater slash coolant heat exchanger configuration. Previously I used to have the glow plug heaters inside the copper heat exchanger. That worked pretty well, but it's much easier to create this thing when the electric heater and the coolant heat exchanger is separate parts. It's cheaper and easier to create them this way. So I wanted to show you how this thing assembles together. So we have a half-inch pipe that's about 19 inches long, and then we have a 1-inch pipe that is 12 inches long, and then we have two reducing tees. Okay, these tees go from 1 inch to half-inch to 3/4, and we have two of those. And then you have a 3/4 inch coupler here, and another reducer from 3/4 inch to half-inch. What that does is allows you to connect a 3/4 inch rubber hose to the end of that, and there is a little dimple on it, as you can see where the solder ring is. That little dimple allows you to let me show you better. That little dimple allows you to retain the hose much better after you connect it with a clamp. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Those are just solder rings, two solder rings on the dimple. You can get it at Osh hardware supply. And same configuration on the other side. It's completely symmetrical. And then we have a half-inch to 1/4 inch pipe thread adapter. Now that little adapter has a 1/4 inch thread on the inside, as you can see. And also there is two of those. Right there. So you can get all of these parts in pretty much any of the hardware stores. You might have to look around a little bit. You probably won't get everything in one place, but that's just the way it goes. Okay, so the inline heater is already assembled. As you can see, there is glow plugs in it, two glow plugs on either side. They meet about halfway, and they heat up the that block of steel with that. And then you have the 3/8 adapters, barb, 1/4 inch pipe to barb adapter, two of them. And then the little thermostat. The thermostat serves to you know, turn off the heat when this thing gets hot enough, or the engine gets hot enough. You can install this on the engine. It doesn't have to be on the heater itself. So you can install that on the engine anywhere. Typically what I do is JB weld it onto the engine or on top of the engine, so it stays on there. And what that does is you ground out one side, you connect it to ground, and then this will turn off. This is a normally on thermostat, and when the engine gets hot enough, it will break the connection, and the relay, you have to connect this to a relay, a high-powered relay, typically a 40 amp relay. Maybe 30 amp is enough. If you only have 2 glow plugs, 30 amp is enough. But if you have 2 of these heaters, one in front of the filter housing and one in front of your injection pump, then you're gonna need a 40 amp relay, or possibly 2 of them, because one of these glow plugs take up about probably about 10-12 amps. So yeah, for 2 of these you're gonna need 2 relays. It's always better to use a 40 amp relay, because the 30 amp ones, they fail very often, so you don't want to have to deal with that. So this is what it looks like before assembly, and I am going to solder the whole thing together now and make another video when I'm done with that. Bye bye. Okay guys, so this is the assembled coolant heat exchanger. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. I don't know what else to tell you about it. I installed a small 90-degree fitting there. As you can see, the soldering came out pretty good. You know, it takes a little bit of experience to do it right, so it doesn't leak. Yeah, so basically this is where you connect your heater hose that's coming from your engine, and you know, the other side you have 2 of them, and then this is where you input the veggie oil, and this is where it comes out. Very straightforward. Always put the heater block, always put it after the heat exchanger, because if you put it before the heat exchanger, the oil going through the heat exchanger will be cooled down by the heat exchanger, because there is cold coolant flowing through here when the engine is cold. So you always put this after the heat exchanger, something like that, and the fuel is going that way, and it's going to the main filter, and then you can have another one of these in front of the injection pump. Okay, so typically you want to use 2 of these and 1 of these for a conversion. All right, so I guess that's it. It's not much else to talk about here. Very straightforward. So I'm gonna be selling both of these things on eBay, so you can go on eBay and you know, check, see if I have one for sale, and you know, you can drop me a line on YouTube also if you want one, and we'll make you one. Okay, if you don't want to mess with it, I can make you one, but you know, it's pretty easy. You need some skills, but if you're mechanically inclined, then it shouldn't be a problem for you to make both of these things. All right, happy veggieing, and see you later. Bye bye.